They come with you when you go.
I need you to listen to me, please. Okay, there isn't much time. Now, this is gonna sound very, very strange, and you're not gonna believe me, and I wouldn't believe me either. Okay, and I wish there was more time to explain, but if you don't come with me right now, you're all going to die.
The King in Yellow is a frequent theory and correlation a lot of From fans seem to find within the series, but I have yet to see a theory associating the two that is as creatively crafted and well thought out as a comment I got recently. A comment brought to the channel by a Crackpot Dad Plus. Here are their thoughts on From and how it fits perfectly with the cursed play of the King in Yellow. And bear with me, I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce most of these. The entire area, including Fromville, the settlement, and the woods, could be considered Hastur. It is an enclosing force, but a character in its own right. The entire region operates under a single unseen logic that traps, controls, and defines reality, which matches the idea of Hastur as the system everything exists within. Some could also argue that Hastur is actually a deity or the King in Yellow himself, but I actually believe this theory lines up better with Robert Chambers' mythos. Moving on, he states that Fromville, the town itself, could be considered Carcosa. Carcosa being the town that is the center of the experience, where reality breaks down and people adapt to its rules. Like Carcosa, it isn't just a place, but the stage where the narrative is lived out. This would make the settlement or the abandoned village Yitil, or Til. It's a distant, half-defined extension of Carcosa. The abandoned village feels like a leftover or earlier version of the same place. Something connected but no longer part of the main action. This would make Sophia / the Man in Yellow the King in Yellow, who was a central figure of the play, representing the hidden truth that unravels reality once it's revealed. He's not simply a ruler, but the force that defined the world of Carcosa itself. Chaos and destruction. The Man in Yellow carries the same weight, not as a constant presence, but as a manifestation of what lies beneath the surface. Both function as the point at which illusion collapses and the true nature of the world is exposed and destroyed. The stranger could be Julie, as the stranger is not the king himself, but the point at which the hidden reality begins to press into the visible world. He exists at the edge of understanding, neither fully inside nor outside the truth, and his presence signals that something is changing. Julie occupies a similar position in town, moving between states, touched by the deeper reality without fully becoming a part of it. Her role feels transitional, not the source of the truth, but the moment where it begins to break through. Camilla could be Donna. Camilla is the queenly figure within Carcosa, representing authority, stability, and a composed acceptance of the world's true nature. She does not question the structure, she exists within it, and in doing so, helps sustain it. Donna fills the same role in town, acting as the de facto leader who maintains order and keeps people functioning within the rules. Her authority is not just practical, but symbolic. She embodies the idea that survival depends on accepting the reality of the place, much as a queen of Carcosa would preside over a world already understood to be broken. Then you have Casilda, who could be Tabitha. Casilda is the princess of Carcosa, a central figure whose role is bound up with awareness and grief, the dawning realization that the world she inhabits is not what it seems. She stands close to the heart of the narrative, not as a ruler, but as someone who begins to see through it. Tabitha mirrors this as a maternal character, searching presence within the town, driven by loss and compelled to dig beneath the surface. Like Casilda, she occupies a position that is both emotional and pivotal, moving closer than most to the underlying truth. Then we have Notalba, who could be Jim. Notalba exists within the court of Carcosa as part of its structure, but without clear insight into its deeper meaning. His role is that of a participant rather than an interpreter. Jim reflects this through his attempts to impose logic and reason onto the town, trying to understand it as a solvable problem. Like Notalba, he operates within the system without fully grasping its nature, representing the limits of rational thought in an irrational world. Then we have Hildren Castaigne, who could be Boyd. Hildren Castaigne is a man who becomes consumed by the reality revealed to him. His identity is reshaped by his proximity to the truth of the King in Yellow. His role is that of someone who cannot step away once he's seen too much, positioned as a leader who must act while increasingly shaped by what he experienced. His authority comes at the cost of clarity, as knowledge and responsibility begin to erode certainty. Mr. Wilde could be Jade, Mr. Wilde being an artist drawn into the influence of the yellow sign, his mind turning towards symbols, patterns, and the hidden meanings behind reality. His role is that of an obsessive interpreter. Jade occupies this same position within town, driven to decode its structure and uncover its logic. Like Wilde, he is compelled not just to survive the world, but to understand it, even as that pursuit pulls him further in. His vision of the symbols mirror Wilde's obsession with the yellow sign. Then we have Boris Vane, who could be Victor. Boris is shaped by the prolonged exposure to the ideas surrounding the King in Yellow, his identity reflecting the long-term effects of that influence. His role is less about discovery and more about what remains after. Victor embodies this within the town, a figure who has lived inside its reality for so long that he carries its imprint. He represents the enduring consequence of Carcosa, not the moment of revelation, but the life that follows it. In The King in Yellow, there's a pivotal moment, the unmasking. It's not a simple reveal, but a collapse of reality itself. The stranger, who stands at the edge of the court of Carcosa, is challenged and found to wear no mask at all. And in that instant, the illusion of separation falls away. The King in Yellow is not hidden behind the mask is the world as it was perceived. For figures like Casilda and Camilla, this moment defines their roles. The princess drawn into awareness and the queen already composed within it, while those within the court remain without fully grasping what has been revealed. In From, the unmasking has not fully occurred, but its shape is forming through the characters already aligned to those roles. Tabitha, like Casilda, moves steadily towards understanding, while Donna, in the position of Camilla, maintains order within the reality she accepts even as it strains. This last episode confirmed my suspicions. The way that Sophia provoked Julie and in turn was sowing discord and mistrust. Julie, in the role of the stranger, becomes the point at which the boundary begins to fail, suggesting that when the unmasking comes, it will not reveal the hidden truth, but expose the town itself and their places within it. This theory actually makes a lot of sense. With Julie in her role, she could potentially visit the past and find similar roles or similar characters to the people she knows in Fromville, thus allowing her to return to the other characters and maybe clarifying that maybe she thinks they're in a storybook, but in reality they're in a play similar to The King in Yellow. We could even see her, while she's traveling through these cycles, run into past characters of the town or even a past storywalker. And who knows, maybe even the previous cycle storywalker was Sophia. Either way, this was just a really interesting theory that I just had to make a video out of because I think it's a very well crafted one. When it comes to mystery box shows, a lot of analytical types like myself can get so lost in the sauce that theory crafting just becomes a given. And as someone who covers a lot of mystery box shows, despite the fandoms sometimes bleeding through and mixing together, no other fandom has had such creatively crafted theories than that of From. But I want to know what you guys think. Is there any association here between The King in Yellow and From? What theories do you guys have for the Man in Yellow and the rest of the residents altogether? Either way, thank you all for watching. Appreciate the feedback and comments like these, and remember to avoid fallen trees on the road.
Okay, let's start with the tree you saw in the road.
She said it was a place that was everywhere, but you couldn't find it if you tried.
I always thought the town was the worst part. And then I went through the tree.
See, you were lucky. The sun was still in the sky when you got here. People came to help. Not everybody gets that. Those things out there, they like to hunt. They like to play.
Everybody here just talks about how afraid they are of dying.
They're coming.
I don't think that's the worst thing that can happen to you here.
There's darkness in the forest. Nightmares again, even begin to imagine.
It's all just a dream.
Things we were never meant to see. Things that...
Said this place couldn't break. You don't fucking break me! That's what she said. Do you remember that?
We don't have time for it. You think those things that come out of the forest at night did this? They're just the tip of the spear.
You can't go to sleep! Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you listening to me? The talisman will not protect you. There is
nowhere, that you are safe.
No.
No! Tonight, tomorrow, every one of you is gonna
That was a hell of a song.
Knowledge comes with cost.